Okay, we're looking at the Korg SV-1 stage keyboard that we reviewed recently in issue 74 of AT. There's been a little bit of contention about the look of this keyboard around the office. A lot of the guys think it's just plain ugly. I personally think it's very attractive. But what we do want to show you is the lovely automotive style dashboard for the Korg SV-1. Initially we'll show you the tube section glowing there in all its glory, but just look at the controls there. It's all very simple to operate. EQ, the pre-effects, which include amp simulations just there to the right. Then we've got favourite settings, which are basically 8 presets, if you will, that simply save where you've got all the dials set at any moment. There's the sound groupings you can choose from, all vintage in flavour. Organs, pianos, electric pianos, clav, etc. and variations thereupon. Then there's your typical modulation effects that you'd use with a vintage keyboard style sound. Phases, chorus, flanging, rotary amplifier emulations, and then again just simple controls over its speed and intensity. And then towards the end we've just got reverb and delay. So just to give you another look at the look of this keyboard. It's very red, as suggested in the review, but I like the red. It reminds me of Dakota red, similar colours that Fender guitars have been coloured over the years. I think it's a nice little homage to the vintage keyboard style. And here's the back. We've got XLR outs, TRS outs, MIDI in and out, USB I/O, and provision for 3 damper pedals, or 3 pedals, so you can play the thing as if it were a proper piano. And of course there's Korg's RH3 weighted keyboard. Great feeling keyboard, made by Korg themselves. Just stepping back and get an idea of what the keyboard's looking like.
Well, after looking at the actual SV-1 keyboard, I thought it best we have a look at what's available editing wise in the SV-1 editor. There's a lot more than is actually available on the front panel of the keyboard. The equalizer section has the addition of being able to choose your mid-band frequency, which is a bit better than just what's on the front of the keyboard. You've also got a little more control over the actual effect settings, rather than just the speed and intensity buttons on the front panel. And in the editor these descriptions also change to suit the effect you're using. In this case speed depth mix will come in very handy, something that's not on the front panel normally. Down with the amp modelling section, again instead of just 2 controls we've got pre-volume, overall volume of the amp, bass, mid, treble and presence over most of the amp models. And again we've got much more control over the cabinets being used by the amp modelling circuit. And there you can see the different cabinet designs Vox AC-15 is an interesting one. Then moving down to the effects, again, more control rather than just speed and intensity. I was on the front panel. For example, with the chorus, we've got depth, type of chorus, mono or stereo. I'll just flip through to some of those and show you a bit more. Also, with the reverb and delay settings, much more control. For example, our tempo settings for your stereo delay, mix, etc. And this section is completely unavailable from the front panel. It includes a stereo limiter and a stereo mastering limiter. Typical controls for a limiter, and then a mastering limiter restricting your output ceiling. So there, as you can see, quite a bit different from editing patches for the SV1 from the front panel of the unit. Quite a lot more control, and much more than you initially see when you first look at the keyboard. Korg SV-1, I reckon it's ace.